What's up, guys, and welcome to Behind the Lens, the vlog series created to provide information and insight into the world of professional photography. My name is Lennz. I'm a freelance photographer based out of Houston, Texas. So in this video, I'm going to be addressing a question that I get asked a lot, and that is, how do I get involved in modeling and how do I become a model? Okay, so what I'm going to do is give you a couple of bits of information and some advice that will definitely help you make this happen and put the wheels in motion. First and foremost, in order to become a model, you must first understand that it is not based upon how you look all the time. Just because you look a certain way doesn't mean you can model. Just because people are telling you, man, you're handsome, or girl, you cute, you take great selfies, you should be a model. That is the furthest thing from the truth. You have to understand and respect the fact that modeling is an art form. Some people can do it, some people can't. Some people can take a phenomenal selfie, but they can't model to save their life. Okay? As a model, your job is to bring the reader in to whatever they are looking at. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about modeling garments, okay? Modeling creations by designers, clothing designers, and things like that. So as a model, your job is to bring people into that that environment that you create, okay, by wearing that garment. They have to see themselves in that photo at that moment. You look good in that garment, they feel that they would too. They have to be able to relate to you on some level. As an artist, because that's what you are as a model, as an artist, your job is to make that garment look good. So you have to first understand and respect the fact that it is an art form. Now, you will have some people tell you, and I think this is just downright disrespect, you are a mannequin. You're nothing more than that. If someone should tell you that, just look the other way, because it's straight up disrespect. As a model, as I've said, you are an artist because it takes a lot of talent, okay, to pull this off. Now, you have to learn to talk with both your body and your face, okay? Facial expressions are extremely important as a model, okay? So is body language. Those two have to work hand in hand. You have to learn how to use body language and facial expressions together, and then you have to learn to use them independently. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into our list. Number one on our list, you're going to have to create a portfolio. Now, when I say a portfolio, I'm not talking about taking your cell phone and shooting with friends in the backyard and stuff like that. Yes, you will do that to practice, and I'll touch on that in a second. I'm talking about investing your money in a photographer who knows what they're doing to shoot a portfolio. Nothing amateurish. You want a really good, solid portfolio so that you can send it out to agencies so that they can hire you on, bring you in, I should say, to represent you. The only way to do that is for you to have pictures that make you stand out. Images. I like to use the word images. I feel the word image is very powerful. So I don't try to relate to, quote, pictures as photos. I like to call them images. So you want to create a portfolio of strong images. The only way to do that is to get with an established photographer who knows what they're doing. Now this, yes, in most cases, you have to pay for it. It is not an expense, it is an investment, because the better you look, the more job opportunities that you may be capable of getting. Okay, so first and foremost, you want to have a portfolio. Now, when you get your portfolio shot, you want to have a minimum of 3 looks to show versatility. Make sure you always do at least 3 looks to show your versatility. Now, with that being said, you also want to make sure that you have your makeup artist, as discussed in my previous video about how to prepare for your photo shoot. Make sure you invest the money in a professional makeup artist. Don't have your girlfriend do your makeup. You must look polished, okay? I always tell my clients when they go over their images, you look like you do something. And in the world of modeling, you definitely have to look like a model. So make sure you have your outfits together and you have your makeup artist and you are shooting with an established photographer. Now, with that being said, I would also advise you to do an outdoor photo shoot and an indoor photo shoot so that you can show you can get shot in different environments. You show your flexibility. Prospective clients love to see that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 2, practice. Practice, practice. Look at Vogue magazine. Look at all of the high fashion magazines if that's what you desire to do. Look at the poses and practice, especially when nobody's around. Never ever wait to get in front of a camera and then start practicing. That is not modeling. That is not dedication to your profession. If you want to be a model, you have to work like one. You have to train yourself to pose, 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 pose. Now, with your posing, you can get with a posing coach. There are some around to assist you in this. My advice, Google fashion images and try to emulate what you see. As a photographer, I can tell you what gets the best shots sometimes is the simple stuff. Don't make everything when you're posing overly dramatic. Sometimes simplicity is the best thing. So remember that. But most of all, practice. You never want to get in front of a prospective client or photographer and go, oh, I don't know what to do. You should always start out with an arsenal of poses. Now, in the beginning stages, this may be a little bit difficult, and that's understandable if it's your first time shooting your portfolio. But if this is your second time, your third time, your fourth time, there's no excuse. None. You should have an arsenal of poses. So definitely, definitely practice. Okay, we're going to go to number 3. Along with practice, take care of your body. As a model, you have to understand you make your money with your face and your body, your entire body. Therefore, drink a lot of water. Okay? Exercise. Now, I'm going to put this out here, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. When I say exercise, I mean be the best version of you that you can be. If you are a size 14, be a tight 14. Tighten up. If you are a 6, still tighten up. Reason being, when designers are looking for people to model their clothes, they want to get the people who those garments will hang on the best, okay? And if your body is not in shape and those clothes are clinging and just clinging in the wrong spots and hanging over in the wrong spots and that garment doesn't look good on your body, they're not going to choose you. Now, I understand a lot of ladies will wear supportive undergarments. If you have to rely on those too much to the point where those undergarments are interfering with the hanging of the garment, they will not go for that either. So what you want to do is tighten your body up. I'm not telling you to be a fitness expert. I'm not telling you to be a Miss America. I'm telling you to take care of your vessel, your body. This is how you will make your money. Be the best version of whatever size it is that you can be. Okay? Tighten up. Make sure, like I say, make sure you drink a lot of water because you have to look healthy in these garments. And as I said, as an artist, it is your job to make the clothes look good. Okay, now with that being said, we're going to move to number 4 on our list, which is setting up a modeling page or a website. In today's age of social media, when you put a picture online, it goes around the world, instantaneous. Hence the word World Wide Web, WWW. If you're in Houston, and I'm going to use where I live at for an example, and you put a picture online, it just doesn't stay in Houston. It goes around the world. So you definitely want to set up a modeling page. Prospective employers do not want to go through pictures of you at a barbecue, your kids' pictures, family pictures, vacation pictures. They want to see your modeling pictures. So set up a website with contact information on how they can get in touch with you, set up an Instagram, and set up a Facebook page. And on these pages and on this website, the only thing you need to have are pictures of you modeling, period. And make sure that it's just that. You don't need to get into any deep conversations with family and friends on these pages. Keep all of that separate, because today, the first thing any manufacturer or designer or company that wants you to be the face of their brand will do is Google you. They're going to do an internet search to see how you represent yourself. And if you cannot represent yourself in a certain manner, you cannot represent their brand. Please understand that. As a photographer, I've had to refer people who I thought were good for a job, and when an internet search was done by my client, they did not want them based on something that they saw. So be careful what you put on social media, but make sure all of your professional modeling stuff is kept separate from your personal stuff. Okay, so what we want to get to next on our list is watch the quality of your brand. Now, this goes along with what I just said. What kind of photos are you putting out? Understand, what you put out is what you will attract. If you're putting out images of you in fashionable clothing, looking good, classy, elegant, so on and so forth, clients will be drawn into that. However, if you're putting out images of an adult nature, don't be surprised if you don't get calls from prominent designers, but you'll get calls from the adult entertainment type arena. Now, if that's the kind of model you want to be, hey, go for it. But if you're talking about trying to walk a runway, be in a reputable magazine, wear reputable designer clothing, you want to stay away from that, okay? And with that said, watch who you shoot with as a photographer. Watch what projects you get involved in. At the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, you are a brand. And remember, eyes are on you to see how you represent yourself or allow yourself to be photographed. We can sit up here all day and talk about freedom of speech and all of this other stuff, and that's understandable. But understand, people watch what you do. It's about money at the end of the day. And if a prospective employer feels that the way you represent yourself is going to affect their bottom line when it comes to money in a negative manner, they're not going to want to deal with you. That's fact. Okay, so you definitely want to watch the quality of your brand. Now we're going to get to number 6. Do not take no for an answer. Push, push, push. Is it frustrating? Yes. Will you always succeed? No. But if this is something you want to do, there's enough room in this business for everybody. You may not make it to the cover of a magazine like a Vogue or a GQ, but you can make it into other publications. You can always find some other type of work. Go through an agency in your city. Send your pictures out to other agencies out of town. A lot of times, depending on where you're at, the logistics of that will dictate how far you can go within that specific city. Like where I'm at, Houston isn't really big on fashion. I'm originally from New York City, so a place like New York, it's gigantic. So I'm just here to tell you, a lot of people are going to tell you, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have the other thing. And as I tell all of my clients, everybody's photogenic, okay? You can do anything you want to do, regardless of your size, definitely regardless of your skin color, whether you are able-bodied or disabled, your religion, it doesn't matter. Your sexual preference is irrelevant. You have to have it in here and up here to want to succeed by putting in the work, by putting in the time, by making the connections, by being a person of your word. In this industry, in this life, all you have is your word. Be a person of excellence when you are in front of that camera, and it will pay off. So these are the tips and pieces of advice that I can give you on how to get started in modeling. The rest is up to you. Thank you so much for listening to this video. And if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to hit me up at the Lennz, THELENNZ at msn.com. You can find me on my website, www.thelennz.com. You can find me on Instagram at thelenzphoto. Thanks so much for all the support. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great week, and I'm out.